the One with Robin and Allie. I'm Robin.
I'm Allie.
We're a mother-daughter duo obsessed with the TV show Friends. You know, the one with the 4 claps heard around the world that makes everyone smile. Today, we are going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 1, the one where Monica gets a roommate.
My cheeks hurt from smiling.
The one where Monica gets a roommate. It aired September 22nd, 1994, written by David Crane and Marta Kaufman. In a New York City coffee shop, we meet 6 friends: Monica, Rachel, Phoebe, Chandler, Joey, Ross. Monica is going on a real, not so real date with the guy she's interested in, but that is a really rare occurrence. She's really excited, though, by her upcoming one with Paul the wine guy from her place of work. Out on their date, their intimate conversation includes the fact that trauma from his last relationship has left him sexually incompatible. Aww.
Oh.
Something that only the right woman like Monica can fix, and apparently does. Later, however, she finds out that it was just a line to get her into bed, and thus her streak with the wrong guy continues. Ross is getting out of a relationship. He and his ex-wife Carol broke up when she found out she's a lesbian. I like that. She found out. However, waltzing into town is his old crush and Monica's best friend from high school, Rachel, who has just left her fiancé Barry at the altar. She is still in her wedding dress when she first shows up at the coffee shop. This move was based on the fact that she realized she was more interested in being married than being with Mr. Potato Head lookalike Barry. She and Monica have not seen each other since high school. She turning to Monica now, since Monica is the only person she knows in the city. Rachel barges into Monica's life since she has no skills, no job, and no money. Up to this point, she has lived off the wealth of her father, but she needs to flee the direction of her life with Barry and her parents. Although now she has a place to stay, she needs a job and she will need a new support network. As old flames die slow and reignite easily, Ross hopes to be one of her more intimate supporters. So this is the first episode.
I have a lot to say about this episode.
I know, we certainly do. But we know what comes first. Trivia. So if you haven't watched our welcome video.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. If you didn't watch our first welcome video, we are starting every episode off with trivia. And then we will give you the answers at the end because, you know, we want you to stick around and we're basically bribing you. So
we're kidnapping you.
Yeah, hostage.
Hostage.
Number 1. Who had a fever and a flu the first day? In fact, they had a 102-degree fever, but worked anyway.
Ooh, hard worker.
Number 2. Who auditioned with a black eye? Number 3. This episode has 3 alternative titles. Name one. Number 4. Which character actually did the same job they played in Friends before becoming an actor?
These are good ones.
Yeah, not easy.
No.
I mean, if you're a diehard.
I mean, yeah, they're easy for a diehard, but they're not like go to the bar questions.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, you know, usually trivia happens at like a bar or sports bar.
I see.
And they're typically like, what was Ross's monkey's name?
Marcel.
Marcel or Marcos?
Not Marcos. Okay, well, I think we have to talk about Paul the wine guy. Let's talk about Rachel for a second, because Rachel lived in this like bubble.
Yeah.
Being protected, not really knowing how to do much of anything. And then she just leaves a man at the altar.
Yeah.
To go to this, you know, friend.
Yeah.
And start her whole life for her, and that was like super brave.
Yeah, I mean, scary and brave. And also just like for what, like she was marrying Barry because she has like no skills and didn't want to work and wanted to marry into money. So now she's like gotta like overnight figure out what she's gonna do. Not even overnight, within a few hours, figure out what she's gonna do because she just left somebody who's gonna give her that security, house, money.
Right. But 1994 was like, is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And 1994, I think I was 19 years old. And it was just a really different way of life. It wasn't like go to college, go be an executive, stand on your own 2 feet. It was find yourself a good man so you have somebody to rely on. So she had that instilled in her
Yeah.
entire life. Her mom did
Yeah.
it. She now is doing it. So to like step outside of that is, really brave of her.
Yeah.
And then kudos to Monica for
Not being like a bad friend. She could have easily said no. I mean, she
right,
wasn't even invited to the wedding.
right. And instead she was like, yeah, come on
I
in.
guess we know where she's staying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I love that part of it. What I don't like about that part of the episode is that she stays in that wedding dress
Like, get her
way
some,
too long.
get some sweatpants.
Right? Like, you guys are the same size. Like, get her out of that stinking wet wedding
It's
dress.
probably so heavy.
Wet and cold and awkward. Like,
And she's been running for blocks with it. It's probably so dirty.
yeah. So like, I guess like just give the girl an outfit.
Give the girl an outfit.
Yeah, eventually she does.
If your
Yeah.
friend comes crying to your door, you need to have sweatpants ready for them, is what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, let's talk about Paul the wine guy. So they go out to dinner, and Paul the wine guy says, I have something to tell you, but it's like a 5 date revelation. And he says that he has been incapacitated in that area.
Basically, he can't do it.
Can't do it.
Like, can't get it up.
Yeah.
No
And
more,
so
no
he
more,
needs
no more.
Monica to assist him, or he implies as such he needs that.
Well, not necessarily. He asks if it's still gonna be an issue. And then she was like, I can fix you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, his line worked.
Well, later we find out that he indeed has used this line on other women, and he's so stupid because he actually used it with somebody she works with. So she goes to work the next day and she finds out that he lied to her, and it was just a ruse to get her in bed. So
Messed up.
I want to know, what is the worst lie that anybody's ever told you?
Worst lie anyone has ever told me is this guy I was dating, he went to his grandma's house and then he came back home with the hickey and I was like, what's up with that? That's a new accessory you got going on. And he said he got bored and put the vacuum hose to his neck and it caused such bruise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe thought you were gonna fall for that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think for me, it would have to be I'm over my ex.
That's a good second.
Yeah. I dated a guy and we had full plans to move in together and start our life together. He was adamant that he did not like his ex-wife. Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, he was like, if she was hit by a car and they had a funeral, I wouldn't even go to the funeral.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay, red flag. But I was ignoring red flags back then. Not anymore. And then I remember she reached out to me. It was like Christmas, and she's like, "Yeah, he wanted to come home for Christmas," and I was like, "No, he didn't. He hates you." But shortly, I got a text message, and he was like, "I think for personal reasons, we should just no longer have anything to do with each other." And I'm like, "What?
For personal reasons, me
What just
wanting
happened?"
to be back with my ex and me
Yeah.
lying to you.
A week later, they were in Florida together.
These are my personal reasons.
Yeah, this is my personal reason. I didn't have the cojones to tell you to your face that I was going back to somebody who I swore I was over, and I hate it. Okay.
And he thought that you were stupid enough to think that.
Yeah. So what else did you want to unpack in that episode?
How about the fact that she has already met Chandler?
Yeah. So at the coffee shop when Monica's doing the intros, she introduces her to Joey and to Phoebe, and then she introduces her to Chandler like they never met before.
But it's the way that she does it too, because people could be like, oh, well, they introduced Ross, so. But it's the way she said, but you already know Ross.
You remember Ross?
It was like, this is everybody. This is Chandler, Phoebe, Joey, and you already know Ross. So it was like, what?
Yeah.
Super confusing because Monica and Ross had Chandler and Rachel coming over for Thanksgivings back when Monica was in high school. So, and Ross and Chandler were going to college together.
And they kissed.
And they kissed.
They shared a kiss in college. So
It made no sense.
yeah, that was off too. Okay, let's do some fun facts and mishaps. Yeah. What else?
Rachel is seen going to Monica's apartment first in the background of the coffee shop. Right when Monica gets up is when you can see a white veil running across in the back panel window. And it's said that that's Rachel running to Monica's apartment to look for Monica first before the guy with the hammer tells her, who is this guy with the hammer? Does anyone know who she's referring to? It was such a random person.
Yeah, of course. It's Trigger.
Who?
Trigger, the maintenance guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah.
I thought he was just the maintenance guy.
Okay, so Rachel Sudbury's last name is Finkel in this episode.
Yeah.
And then later he goes on to be Barber.
Which is who,
Why,
I don't.
how. I want to know why.
I want to know why too.
I want to know, was it a mistake? Was it a typo? Was it, oh, we thought he was Barber?
Was it just like one of the things he changed about himself that Rachel didn't like after?
I don't think that's it, because I think they would have addressed that. So I think it's just, I think it was an honest to goodness mistake, because everything back then was on paper.
Yeah.
Like, I think they actually typed scripts out, or maybe the computers were so new in 1994. Because
I don't know. It's so random.
yeah, it was a random. Right here in the first episode, Phoebe, played by Lisa Kudrow, mentions having a twin sister. So Ursula doesn't just later appear out of the blue. The full story is Lisa previously appeared as a waitress Ursula in Mad About You in 1992. And this was all just a funny twist thought up by the producers as Lisa continued to play in that show as well until 1999. So she's saying that, well, she has a twin sister, Ursula, and Ursula, I think, comes up in episode number 2, but
yeah, Ursula comes up in episode 2.
yeah. And then fun fact is Mad About You. I think it used to go Mad About You, Friends, Seinfeld. Like, it was the Thursday night lineup. It was the night to watch TV. And Helen Hunt, who played Mad About You, actually made a cameo appearance on Friends.
I saw that episode recently on my reruns.
Yeah, and she thought that Phoebe was the Ursula, and she walked into the coffee shop asking her for a cup of coffee. And Phoebe was like, okay, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, it's Ursula, the one that always messes up our order. But so I like how they kind of tied in. There's like little tie-ins of Seinfeld and Mad About You.
Yeah, isn't there even somebody who's mentioned in the loudspeaker?
Yeah, the next episode, Jason, I think it's Greenstein, something like that. That's actually the real name of Jason in Seinfeld. And I can't think of his last name right now, but yeah. So when over the loudspeaker.
It's like tons of ties.
Yeah, little bitty Easter eggs.
Little bitty things.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. And when Monica goes to get Ross his coffee, oh, we just talked about this. A very brief shot of Rachel can be seen passing. So, in number 4 in the pilot episode, Chandler and Joey's apartment number is 4, while Monica and Rachel's is 5. Later in the season, the numbers change from 19 to 20. And I think it's just that was a logical change that needed to happen.
Yeah, the layout didn't make any sense considering they were always looking down. There was a balcony. They always made them it seemed like they were so high up, but yet they had bottom floor numbers.
Right. And Ugly Naked Guy, who ends up with Ross ends up with Ugly Naked Guy's apartment. He's in 3B. So he's on the bottom, but they're one floor up. So you can, I don't know, they changed it at some point. I believe in season 1 they changed it.
It's called the pilot episode. There's not a pilot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, unless someone flies a plane I'm not aware of.
No, a pilot episode is like the introduction. The pilot is the first episode that they show executives of NBC to like put it out there to see if it would catch on. It's
Why? Why?
If you missed the welcome where we talk about who we identify with, I identify with Monica and Allie identifies with Phoebe. And I have to say no more. Okay, we're gonna play a game. It's called Stump Robin.
It's called Stump Allie because that's easier.
Stump Robin, I proclaim to be a Friends expert. Watch season 1, episode 1 in order until the very last one. Then I watch the reunion. I take a break.
It's sad.
And then I started over again. And that just actually just happened. I just ended it like 2 days ago and I was like, it's so sad it's over. But I'm like, okay, it starts again tomorrow. And then of course I have all this memorabilia. I love it.
I mean, you're covering Matthew Perry's face.
Yeah, I am. We are. We're gonna do an episode on Maddie, so make sure you come back for that.
Rachel, I need more coffee.
Okay, play Stump Robin.
Blackwood Sugar. Okay. Season 4, episode 1. Rachel visits Joshua's parents' house. Right when she is walked in by Joshua's parents. Joshua's father is played by who?
Mr. Perry.
Yes.
Chandler's father.
Mr. Perry is correct. Digga digga ding ding ding.
One for Robin. Okay, let's go.
Oh, you want another one?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. cast members were named after all of my children cats? Who are they named after?
Oh, come on. Okay. I'm supposed to remember their names. I remember Phoebe on All My Children. I never remember David Chandler. Monica was Monique. Rachel. Is it Rachel Chandler?
Mm-mm.
And Ross Chandler, right?
You're missing Joey.
Joey. I think there was a Joseph.
No, you're close.
Okay, tell me.
Chandler is named after the Chandler family.
Yes.
Ross is named after Ross Chandler. Rachel is named after Janet Green. Monica is
Wait. How can Rachel be named after Janet Green?
Rachel Green.
Oh, I was thinking Janice. Okay, got it. Okay.
Monica is named after Monique. Joey's named after Joe Martin.
Joe Martin.
And Phoebe is named after Phoebe Taylor.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Phoebe. Phoebe was such a great character. That was such a good show. I heard that they're thinking about rebringing it back.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Because you know who Kelly Ripa was in there? Mark Consuelos, Cameron Matheson, who you
was Chriselle in that or no?
Chriselle, yeah, Chriselle was in that. So many actors. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Whoa,
Gellar.
That's so weird.
I wonder.
Maybe that's where they got the
tie-in
to their last name.
Yeah. Whoa.
Burr, 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 burr.
Mind blown. That's crazy.
Season 7, episode 24. Rachel needs a minister for Monica and Chandler's wedding and finds a Greek minister with a familiar last name. What relation does it have to Jennifer's real life?
Anaconopoulos. Cornucopolis.
It's not Cornucopolis.
Asclepianopolis.
Yes, it's something like that. And
that is Jennifer Aniston's real name, not her stage name, because she is actually Greek.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. I would say like 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah? You're gonna give me a half?
I'm gonna give you that.
Okay, great. Trivia. Number 1, who had a fever and flu the first day? In fact, they had a 102-degree fever, but worked anyway.
Joey.
Who auditioned with a black eye? Also,
Joey.
This episode had 3 alternative titles. Name one.
The one who drove the airplane. The pilot.
The one where it all began. The first one and the pilot. Yes. It ended up being the one where Monica gets a roommate, and fun fact, they all start with the one, which is why our podcast is
The One
with Robin and Ellie. Okay, number 4. Which character actually did the same job they played in Friends before becoming an actor?
Rachel.
Rachel was a waitress before getting her acting career up and going. Yeah. So that was fun. Welcome to our first episode.
So much fun.
Episode 1. We are going to be going episode by episode. So if you have a fun fact, You can email us if you're like, I know so much about season
Easter
S-
eggs, stump robins.
Yeah, feel free. You can email us. We'll link our email below and all of our socials. Be sure to subscribe, share, tell your friends about us. We'll get better.
I promise.
We're gonna get better, absolutely. So we look forward to seeing you
Air
next
hug.
time.